What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Thunder Sports Pod with JT and
The Stache, baby. We back again.
yes, sir. So we got a little interesting top five rankings for the college prospects going on. We got offensive edition today. We'll be starting off with quarterbacks first, the top five big board of quarterbacks. So, Stash, who are your top five quarterback prospects currently?
Easy. Jaden Daniels,
Ooh,
Caleb
okay.
Williams,
Mm,
JJ McCarthy,
mm,
Drake May,
mm.
Michael Penix Jr. Top five.
All right, that's a little spicy right there. To explain?
Oh, Jaden Daniels had the best breakout year,
Yeah.
and he had probably one of the greatest performances as a QB in college history.
Hmm.
They didn't get the chip or anything, but like he had an incredible season. So
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels to me had a great year this year, had a huge
Yeah.
improvement, and a couple of other QBs had a down year.
True.
So I'm like going off of last season stats and like looking at the gameplay. I'm going Yeah, I think Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, JJ McCarthy, Drake May, Penix Jr.
What made you put Drake May at four?
At four. Oh,
Yeah.
he had, I think he's got a lot of talent and he's got
Hmm.
a high ceiling.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I don't think he's going to be the next Josh Allen like a lot of people think he's going to be.
Mm.
Uh, I think he'll be an average QB, but
Hmm.
I'm not. I don't know. I don't. He played. He, the last UNC quarterback to get drafted. You know who that was?
Ooh.
Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can't really make that comparison. They're two different type of quarterbacks. Yeah, they went to the same school, but that's just kind of I don't like that.
I'm like, I think McCarthy is more ready for the NFL game than May is. I
I mean, yeah,
I think
I wouldn't disagree.
I
I
think
mean, you can make that argument for sure.
I think Drake May, if you can sit him for like 2 years, I think he could make a big adjustment. But I think if you're
Mm.
wanting a guy right now, you go JJ McCarthy.
Mm.
Of course, I don't have Bo Nix on here because I think he's next on the list. I think Michael Penix was better than him because he end up beating him twice in the same year in head to heads.
True. True.
But yeah, I think Jay Daniels had the best year. I think people are still riding Caleb Williams' Heisman season into this
Yeah.
season. But I could be in the same boat with that Jaden Daniels comparison, with him having this breakout year, but the year prior he wasn't that great.
Mm.
But yeah, that'd be my top five though. Michael Penix, I think he's a little older and he's had some big injuries. That's my only issue though, because
True.
that's my only take on him. But I've still got May above Penix because I do think a lot of Washington was talented.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, you definitely got a couple of spots that I do not have these guys in, but I mean, your thorough explanation there. Uh, I mean, who knows? A lot of these quarterbacks could be in a smoke screen situation. JJ McCarthy going number one overall. No, I'm just kidding, just kidding. But for my top five quarterback rankings, I've got Caleb Williams at one, Jaden Daniels at two, Drake May at three, Michael Penix Jr. at four, and JJ McCarthy at five. So I'll explain a little bit about each of these players. Caleb Williams, we tend to throw around generational quarterback term a lot these days. Um, but honestly, we'll have to wait and see because he has a great arm talent. A little bit of pros and cons I wrote about Caleb Williams. Great pocket awareness, limits turnovers. He's a magician in the pocket. Quick release, very quick. He's pretty mobile and athletic, and he's an escape artist with great arm talent. So those are some great attributes for the quarterback position. But let's get at the cons here. Let's get to the cons part about Caleb Williams. Gets happy feet on dropbacks, loading up for deep shots. Needs to work on footwork. Passes up checkdowns at times for the big play down the field. And you got to just take what you get on early downs at times. You got to have that situational awareness. I don't think he has a ton of that. But granted, a lot of quarterbacks tend to do that coming into the NFL. So get coached up at Chicago if he goes to the Chicago, which it looks like he will be. I think he should be a good player, but a lot of quarterbacks with these expectations um, should be good, but they don't pan out, type deal. So for Jaden Daniels, real quick, I think his ability on the ground really separates himself. Like you said, he had a great Heisman campaign, but he broke out that year, and he just doesn't have a lot of tape on him besides that. I mean, Arizona State wasn't great. Before he transferred to LSU, he
Sun
looked
Devils,
kind of
let's
inconsistent.
rock.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. A little bit of description about Jaden Daniels here. I'll make it kind of quick. Best dual threat quarterback in this class. Great athleticism. He escapes pressure well, can hit tight window throws, and most of all, he is elusive. Cons, though, he takes unnecessary hits a lot. He needs to work on his progressions downfield. His pocket awareness could improve, um, as well as will he succeed in a different scheme in the NFL? And like like if it's an Arizona State type offense, can he succeed in that, or is it just the style of offense that LSU has that helps him out a lot? Um, and does he, if he goes to a team with little talent, can he succeed? That's my big question for him. You know, it's like because he was loaded with talent at LSU, but can he do it at the next level?
Fair.
And then let's see, Drake May at 3. So Drake May is very interesting. Me and you have had conversations about Drake May a lot, and I like his ceiling, like you were talking about. I think he is one of the highest ceilings in this draft. He has elite arm strength, mobile, good size, playmaker, nice touch throws, great improviser, and he's very tough. But the cons, they raise a lot of red flags for me. He has extremely bad footwork at times, needs technical work in the pocket, tends to drift in the pocket to create unnecessary pressure on himself. He's inaccurate because of sloppy feet. Um, he's not great against pressure and tends not to step into throws, which really scares me. The post corner and fade routes, he cannot consistently hit 30 yards um, in those situations. He tends to try to play hero ball and forces it a lot at times, which we saw a drop off of production this year because of that. The season previously, before that, he lit it up. He looked great, but um, just some of the small things, his footwork can be fixed. But we'll have to wait and see, really, to like if he goes to the Vikings. Let's just hypothetically say, I think he would do well there because I think Kevin O'Connell's a great coach. They would fix his technical problems in the footwork aspect of it, and I mean he's got great talent around him, like one of the best offenses in the NFL. So I think he would do good there. But there's a lot of red flags for me about Drake May. Michael Penix Jr. at 4. Um, Briefly, I'll kind of talk about pros and cons. He's the best, absolute best deep ball thrower in this year's class, as we saw in the national championship game.
Over Milton?
Yeah, I think deep ball thrower, yeah, with accuracy
Oh,
for
with
sure.
accuracy.
Like
Okay.
deep ball, consistently throwing the deep ball. Joe Milton has the strongest arm, but he can't hit it consistently. Um, and he's a great pocket passer, good IQ. But the cons, his age, injury history, and accuracy on the move, and he's not very twitchy. He's not very extremely athletic, but he can move if needed. Um, but yeah, we'll go on to JJ McCarthy real quick to wrap it up for quarterbacks. Pros, he is a winner. He's young, quick, and twitchy. Pretty good pocket presence. He throws with good anticipation, accurate, takes care of the football, but he's a project quarterback. He has one of the highest floors. And cons, is he assistant quarterback? He didn't throw a lot at Michigan, and can he handle being the guy on a team? He doesn't have great physical intangibles, and he's just got to clean up a little bit of the small technique issues. Not as much as Drake May, but um, I think he's a good quarterback, but a lot of what ifs is present for JJ McCarthy. But that would be my top 5. What do you kind of think about that?
No, I mean we've got the same top five. We do have a little different order. So like it's not far off from the same.
Mm,
McCarthy at 5. I'm like I understand but like the injuries and age bother me more
Yeah.
than the other.
See, I could get behind that. It is just ultimately like the age and the injury, weighing that with the unknown of JJ McCarthy.
like how
Like
long do you want this guy as your starter? Like how long do you expect? Like if you're taking an
yeah,
older rookie, like how long do you expect him to be the starter?
yeah, that's true. I mean, Penix is 2.5 years older than JJ McCarthy. So I mean, it's not 5 years
No,
difference
no,
or
no,
something
no,
like
no.
that. But I mean, I get what you're saying for sure. Like, especially the injury history, bro. That I mean, that concerns me a lot, really. Um, especially him not. I mean, he's not a mobile quarterback. He doesn't run a lot, but he can if needed. But he's a really good pocket quarterback,
No,
and if he steps into his
he's
throws,
a great
like,
pocket quarterback.
yeah. I can make some pro comparisons real quick. So for each one of these guys, who would you say would be a good pro comparison? Let's start off with Drake May.
Drake May, Josh Allen, like
I like
a
it.
Josh Allen, Justin Herbert kind of guy. He's
Yeah,
big.
yeah,
He's got a good arm. Um, but with the same thing with Allen, and the thing that we worry about Allen all the time is he makes a lot of risky plays,
yeah.
takes a lot of
He
hits,
does.
uh, and you're gonna be getting hit by the best football players in the world instead of like the guys
Exactly.
trying to get into the NFL. There's a big difference in that. So that part bothers me a little bit. But like,
Mm,
but talent wise, I understand having May there. Like May has a high ceiling. If he can be like, but yeah, I would say Josh Allen with Drake May.
I like that a lot. I mean, I've seen a ton of comparisons with him to Justin Herbert, and rightfully so, but I like the Josh Allen comparison a little bit more. The physical intangibles stand out, but they tend to turn the ball over quite a bit, both of them. And so I don't know. I mean, Drake May probably turns the ball over a little bit less than Josh Allen has in his pro career, but we'll have to wait and see. But my comparison, it may shock you a little bit. Dak Prescott.
Really?
So yes, I think they both have good arms. Both are athletic, but you remember the season ago before this past season where Prescott was playing like a MVP finalist. He had a lot of picks. He had a lot of interceptions.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah, I know. The 2022 season.
yes, yes. So um, he kind of reminds me of Dak Prescott in a way where he's got good athleticism, pretty good arm, but has the ability to throw more interceptions than you may want because of uh, just stupid mistakes, you know. So
He, I mean, Dak that year looked like Jameis Winston.
yeah,
I mean, I'm just being
yeah,
real.
honestly, in decision making and all that. But let's see, pro comparison, Caleb Williams. I've got a very interesting one for me.
I'm gonna go with the experts on this, and they always say Patty Mahomes. That's who
Yeah,
everyone expects. If I'm not going with Patty Mahomes, I'd probably go Rodgers.
that stole my thunder.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, great minds think alike. But yeah, I chose Rogers here just because the pocket presence is uncanny. Like they both are magicians in the pocket, and the ability to fit a ball in a tight window is crazy. I know Rogers is probably the best of all time at doing that, but Caleb Williams in college, just seeing that, I think he has some similar qualities of Aaron Rodgers in him. So that's why I make the comparison to him.
no, I agree. He modeled his game kind of after Rodgers too. I found out he's a
Yeah.
Packers fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Aaron Rodgers is his favorite player. So,
Mm,
but I, I think he's a drama queen. But I think Williams could be good.
yeah. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Only time will tell.
All right,
Definitely some big expectations, but
running backs though.
ooh, running backs. All right, top five running backs.
Yeah, I got top five running backs.
All right, you go ahead and start us off.
I'm taking Brooks out of Texas, number one.
Okay.
Now this one we may. I don't think we're going to agree on this one. I'm just going to throw that out there. I got Blake Corum at number two.
Yeah.
I've got Benson at from FSU at three. I've got Allen out of Wisconsin at four, and I got Irving out of Oregon at five.
Ooh, dude. Dude, we got completely different lists. I mean, we got
Whoa.
like one or two maybe similar. What makes you so what was your number one?
Brooks,
It was Brooks from Texas,
yeah,
right?
he's
Okay, I
he's
like that.
he's just he's predicted to be just the first running back out of the board. He's supposed to be a great talent. I
Yeah,
will now. I give Texas this. Texas has they make good running backs.
yeah, they do. They do. Um,
Who's your
my
number
first
one?
running back off the board is not Brooks from Texas. I think the injury history of him and Benson from Florida State, it just kind of concerns me a little bit. So I don't think a team will risk a round one grade on either one of them. But there's a younger running back from a Big Ten school who's a freak of nature from Wisconsin.
You got Allen at one.
Braylon Allen at number one. Yes,
He is a
I love
freak.
his physical ability. He hits the hole hard. I think he would probably go to the Cowboys in the first round. If I'm being real, I think he's a perfect fit for that team. Um, Derrick Henry 2.0. But yeah, I love his physical intangibles, his ability to hit the hole hard. And number two, we both have Blake Corum here.
Really?
Yes.
You became a believer in Blake Corum. I
Yes,
see.
I have. I liked Blake Corum. Uh, he's very shifty. I love his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, which is great.
I got a
And
comparison
number
for him.
three, yes, number three, it'll shock you maybe, but not to me so much because I'm a Tennessee fan. Jalen Wright out of the University of Tennessee. Now don't kill me here. It's not a homer pick because he tested number two at the combine in a lot of categories. He had a great 40 time, and I believe it was the broad jump or vertical jump he tested number two on. Um, just he killed it at the combine and definitely raised his draft stock up a lot. And I think he'll be the number three running back off the board. He is one of the best agility guys, hit the hole hard, quick twitch, ability to feel not only holes open, but hit them whenever they do. And some running backs like to hit holes right away. They don't have that awareness, the ball carrier vision to let play set up. Jalen Wright did this all the time at Tennessee. So I think he'll be the number three back off the board. Number four, Jonathan Brooks. I think his talent, it could be running back one off the board type of talent, but the injury history concerns me. Um, so yeah, I think he's the fourth running back off the board. Extremely talented, and I think I think he could be a possible starter for a team one day.
Who takes Corum? What your thoughts?
Ooh, Blake Corum, I think I've got a round two grade on him. I could see probably um I could see the Texans taking him pairing him up with Joe Mixon.
That'd be nasty. That would be
Yep.
nasty. You know who I think's gonna pick him up?
Who?
Harbaugh.
Oh, the Chargers? Dude, that makes too much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just lost Austin Eckler. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they might. Imagine. You know Harbaugh's going to be in the GM's ear. Take Blake Corum.
Imagine getting Corum for his pro career too.
That would be nasty. That'd be legit. Um, so number four, Jonathan Brooks, and number five, I've been advocating for this guy a lot. I think he's going to be one of the best sleeper picks of this NFL draft entirely. Whoever gets him is going to get a stud. The running back out of Missouri, Cody Schrader. He reminds me a lot of Christian McCaffrey. Not saying he'll be Christian McCaffrey, but just the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, kind of a do it all type back. And he is electric on the ground running between the tackles. So I think he's the fifth best running back heading into the NFL draft.
Oh, that's a good list. I actually like that. There's a good lot of good running backs in this draft.
There is. It's pretty deep.
There's a lot of good talent, just like on all sides of the ball, really.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of people talk about how good of a QB draft is. I think this is just a great draft year.
Oh, yeah. The talent this year overall in pretty much every position is just amazing.
Yeah, no, a Quorum because I remember we talked about Quorum like earlier in the year. I'm like, I think Quorum could like transcend into the NFL more quickly than a lot of the other running backs.
Yeah.
And like now you got hey, you got him at two on your list like me. That's
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
it is, isn't it? But yeah, we'll go ahead and transition to the top five receivers.
I think our number
It'll probably be a
ones.
little different as well.
I think our number ones are the same though.
Oh,
Marvin Harrison
most
Jr.
likely. Yeah, yeah.
We got Marvin Harrison at
What's the
one.
rest of your? Yeah.
I got Neighbors at two.
Mm.
I got Coleman at 3. I got
Okay.
I got Romeo at 4.
Well, we're doing that.
And then I think John just on speed, but like route running, I got Lad McConkey.
Hey, there we go. I like it. Um, we have a couple similar ones. There's a big player here that is dropped on your list and is a little bit higher on mine, but we'll go ahead and start off with this top five for me. Marvin Harrison Jr., number one, the consensus number one overall receiver in this year's class. Can do it all. Number two, I've got Rome Odunze. Instead of four, I've got him at two. Yes, I think he is a better receiver than Neighbors. His yards after catch, his physical ability to just play through contact, and I just like him overall as a better receiver going into the draft. Number three, I've got Malik Neighbors. He's quicker, he's faster, takes the top off the defense, but I think he fits well at three. Malik Neighbors. Number four is the physical freak Keon Coleman out of Florida State. I think he might take a little while to develop on an NFL team, but he has huge potential. And have him at number four. Number five is the one of the best route runners, if not the best route runner in this year's class. Ladd McConkey out of Georgia at five. So we both have him at five.
Our one, I would say, so it looks like our 5 was all the same, but we
Yeah.
just had different orders. Our running backs is the
Yep.
one we differ the most on.
Yeah.
Okay,
And a
no,
lot of people be saying, "Oh, Xavier Worthy, where is he at? Where is
he's
he at?"
fast though. He is
He's
fast.
fast. He's got that ability to take the top off the defense, like I said, with Malik Neighbors. But I mean, Worthy, we'll see. We'll see which team he goes to, and if he's able to make an impact day one. But Steve Smith Sr.'s not high on him, man, and he is the wide receiver guru. He said there's more to being a wide receiver than just having speed. There are several different aspects you have to be a good NFL wide receiver. So.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like him, but I'm not extremely huge on him. I think he could be a good receiver on the right end.
Tight ends.
Tight
I
ends.
had to look into this a little bit before
Yeah.
I could make
This
my.
year's tight end class is not great,
You got
if
a
I'm being real.
you've got one really good, and then the others are good.
Yeah.
Um, but Brock Bowers number one overall.
Easy. Yeah.
Most likely going to be a top 10 pick, so I'm not shocked on that. Then number two, I've got Sanders out of Texas. I got Senna out
Yeah.
of Kansas State. I got Theo Johnson out of Penn State, and then I got Bell out of FSU. That's my top 5.
Go over them again real quick. I'm gonna see which ones I have the similar.
Bowers at 1,
Yeah.
Sanders at 2 out of Texas,
Yeah.
Senate out of Kansas State at 3,
Yeah.
Theo Johnson out of Penn State, and Bell out of Florida State.
Okay, we've got three out of five.
Okay.
Similar. A little bit of change. So top five tight ends for me. I've got Brock Bowers, like you, at number one. I think it's easy. He's the best tight end we've seen in years. He's easily number one. He'll be a difference. He'll be a huge difference maker for some team. Number two, I've got Sanders from Texas, Jatavion Sanders. I think he's a good physical target and could be a good security blanket for some quarterback looking his way, excuse me. Number three, this is where it changes up a little bit. I've got Cade Stover from Ohio State, a very
Hey,
underrated player. I think he'll go to a good team and get some playing time somewhere. Number four, we have the same. We got Jaheim Bell from Florida State. Um, and number five, very underrated tight end, but I think he'll be productive in the NFL. Dalen Holker from Colorado State. I think
Colorado
he is.
State.
Yes, sir. He is extremely underrated, but he is a exceptional player. I've watched his film, and he's good hands with good yak ability, yards after catch. So I think he'll be a young quarterback's best friend.
I agree.
But
That's good.
oh yeah. But we'll go ahead and move to top five O line rankings.
For me, I have Joe Alt number 1.
Mm,
I got Fashanu at from Penn State at 2.
yeah.
I got CK Latham out of Bama. I got Mims out of Georgia, and I got Fuaga out of Oregon State.
All right, we've got four out of five. Same.
Hey,
Yeah, different, a little bit different order possibly. Not really a whole lot, but Joe Alt I think is the best tackle in this year's class, Notre Dame. He'll be a top 10 pick easily. And then we have number two, Fashanu from Penn State, the tackle. Number three, we got Alabama, J.C. Latham, tackle. And then we got number four, Fuanga, the tackle. And then number five, we got the guard, Fatanu. I like it. I think this is the top five best O linemen going into the NFL draft. But yeah, I think we have pretty similar guys there.
No, I think so too.
Oh yeah, but this is our top five ratings and just rankings in general for the offensive side of the ball for these prospects coming up April. Let us know down below where you have your prospects ranked up one through five. And we'll be doing the defensive side of the ball here in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. But it's been a pleasure. It's been JT and
Stash, baby. We out.